everybody, Low for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new deck profile this time around. It is Shiranui. I absolutely love this deck. It is the, I think, only zombie archetype. Oh wait, no, there's vampires. I forgot all about vampires. So it's like one of only 2 zombie archetypes in the game. Granted though, there's always been a zombie deck because just all zombie cards, or at least most of them, work together. But this is the first synchro-based zombie archetype, and so far the only one. And it's a pretty fun deck, but however, because of how few cards there are in the deck, it's not as good as it could be. I feel like that it has a lot of latent potential, but however, it's still a really fun deck to play at like your locals or something like that. I did hear that they just got a new card announced for the set after Shining Victories. I think that's like Dark Illusion or something, but that's like all the way in August. Anyways, enough babbling. Let's get on a deck profile. First and foremost, I play 3 Zombie Master. I think this guy's mandatory in every single zombie deck at 3 because he is a, I think it's Lumina, that you just basically discard a monster, summon out a zombie from either player's graveyard. He's a really good monster. It's got to be level 4 or lower that you bring out. He can bring out himself, which is really good because it just allows you to go into all sorts of crazy Xyz and synchro plays. Next up, I play 3 Mizuki. Another guy that I feel like is mandatory at 3 in every zombie deck because you just banish him from your graveyard, spell summon a zombie from your graveyard. It is really good, just extends your plays and everything. I feel like he's mandatory at 3 in here. Next up, 3 Shiranui Spirit Master. This guy is arguably one of the better Shiranui monsters because whenever he is summoned, you can spell summon a Shiranui from your hand, but however, banish it when it leaves the field. This sadly leads to, if you summon out the tuner, it gets banished and then you can't use its engrave effect. But however, if you summon out like another level 4, you can just go for an Xyz. Now, if this guy is banished, you get to pop a face-up card on the field. Really nice, especially if you use that in combination of the trap card for the deck, which is basically an Icarus attack. Like, holy crap, zombie's got an Icarus attack, and it's so good. This card, I feel like he's really, really good. He just enables you to go into your plays and pop cards. And for the tuner, I play 3 of them. Now, for the tuner, if you guys don't know what he does, if he's in the graveyard, you can banish him and another zombie monster in the graveyard. Special summon a zombie-type synchro monster with the total level. So, like, if you go with 2, and so if I could go with him and Spirit Master, it's 6. So you banish him and Spirit Master, special summon out a level 6 synchro from your X deck, or whatever the level is that totals. Sadly, that is not a synchro summon. So, like, if you summon out, I don't know, Beal, no, you can't summon out Beals. If you summon out, like, I don't know, Revive King Hades, and he gets torrentialed, you can't bring back Revive King. It's kind of sad, but oh well, he's really good. He enables you to go for your synchros and stuff a bit easier, and actually allows you to go into one synchro that this deck would not be able to go into otherwise. The sad thing is that you can't use that effect if he is in the graveyard to turn that he was sent there. There is a card that places him in there, and technically placing is different from sending, so you can still do it. I'll explain it when we get to it. Now then, for a card that I initially wasn't playing, and I'm an idiot for not playing it, is Uni Zombie. This guy, he speeds up the deck a lot. Like, you absolutely need him in here. I don't know why I wasn't originally playing him. If you look back at my November deck profile from last year, I am so happy with putting him in here. He speeds up the deck a lot. Just get a Mizuki engrave, get a tuner engrave, get whatever you need engrave. It's really nice. Now then, for the one non-zombie I play in here, I play 3 Destiny Hero Malicious. I feel like, considering what the deck has right now and how little of it, I'm playing a bit of the Beals Turbo part of the deck in here, like a Beals Turbo zombie deck in here, and that I'm playing 3 Mizuki and a few Plague Spreader. This guy is just really good. He lets you go into your synchros real easily, especially the level 8 synchros, and I feel like that he's pretty good for going into high level synchros. That's basically all he's in here for. Now then, for cards I play 2 of, I play 2 of the Shiranui Samurai. This guy, he's pretty good. He's not particularly amazing or anything, but he's pretty decent. Basically, all he is a beater. You can banish a zombie from your graveyard. He gets, I believe it's 600 more attack. He jumps up to 24. Attack until, like, the end of the turn, whenever he battles a monster. And if he does battle a monster, the turn that you use that effect, that monster is banished. So, like, if you run over, like, I don't know, Cosmo Farm Girl, she gets banished instead of going to the graveyard or something. Or, more more likely like a Substrider because he actually pumps up to 1 over Substrider. If he is banished, you get to add a Shiranui from your graveyard back to your hand. Not bad, but not really all that great either. Now, because he banishes from the graveyard stuff, that can trigger like Spirit Master effect, and that can trigger other Shiranui stuff. But however, you'll notice I don't play Shiranui, what's his name, Swordsmith. He's honestly not all that great. He just isn't. Like, I like his searching effect, but it's too hard to trigger. 2 Plague Spreader Zombie, just for more synchro fodder and allowing me to go into big guys like Beals and Void Ogre. Basically stuff that screws over your opponent real bad. He's a pretty decent monster. Arguably the best zombie type tuner. Now onto the spells. I play 3 Shiranui style Synthesis. This is their field spell. It's a pretty good effect. It has 2 effects. One that lets you spell summon a zombie with 0 defense from your grave, and one that puts a zombie with 0 defense back into the grave from the banish zone. But you gotta discard a card for that, and you have to control no monsters. Now, the discarding part of the effect is not that bad because you can discard like a Mizuki or something, and then put a new zombie in your graveyard, and then know how you use that Mizuki that you discarded effect. That's a really good field spell. But I hate that you can't use the effect if you have a monster on the field. That hurts this card so much, but however, it's a really good card for early to mid game. Not so much late game when you're top decking or anything, obviously, but however, it's still a really good card, and I recommend 3 of it. I don't play Zombie World, but I do side it, or at least I would if I had it. I would highly recommend that you side Zombie World because it's just really good against certain decks and being able to do combo plays off of other things. I play 3 Destiny Draw. I really play 3 only so I see it faster. I was testing Destiny Hero Diamond Dude in the deck for a little bit, but I took him out because he's not a zombie and he really only worked with this. It's just draw power really. This deck is pretty slow if you don't get it going, and this helps out. And it gets Malicious in graveyard, which you need him in graveyard to do stuff. I play 2 Twin Twister. It's a really good spell. You know, discard a zombie, pop 2 spell trap cards. It just has so much synergy with this deck. Holy crap, it is just so good. You discard Mizuki, discard Plague Spreader, discard whatever, get stuff in your graveyard, pop 2 back row. This deck hates back row, by the way. Like, I'm almost tempted to put a 3rd Twin Twister in here. And this card also kind of speeds up the deck a bit by getting stuff in the graveyard. Next, I play 2 Book of Life. I feel like 2 is good. I kind of cloggy at 3. I might bump it up to 3 later. I don't know. Now for the cards I play 1 of. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Other Darkness, and 1 Dragon's Mirror. Foolish and Other I feel like are obligatory. I don't have to explain those. But however, Dragon's Mirror, I do kind of have to explain that. There is a Dragon-type fusion monster that only needs 2 zombies to go into, and it is really, really good, and that's why I'm playing the Dragon's Mirror. I would play 2 if I had to. I have 2 of the fusion, but I don't have 2 Dragon's Mirrors, so I'm playing 1. I am playing 3 Shiranui style sorry, I couldn't read it for a second there. Basically what this is, it's basically a Icarus attack. You tribute off 1 zombie you control, pop 2 cards your opponent controls, and then banish a Shiranui from your deck. Really good card, just helps disrupt your opponent's stuff. Oh, your opponent sets their pendulum skills, activate this, tribute off your Mizuki, and pop their skills, and then banish, like, I don't know, a Sword Master to get back a dude from your grave. It's really, really nice. Just being able to disrupt stuff. My only gripe of it is that you have, okay, actually I have 2 gripes. You can only activate 1 per turn, whereas Icarus attack you can activate as many as you want. And you must have a Shiranui in your deck that you can banish. So you can't just splash this into other zombie decks, which really, really sucks. You have to be playing a Shiranui in the deck to be able to use this, and you have to have a Shiranui in your deck to be able to use this. So if you run out of Shiranuis, you can't use it, which is a bit annoying. But I've never had that problem. I've talked to some people who have had that problem, but I personally haven't. And then finally I play 2 Call to Haunted, just simply to bring back stuff from the grave and get more combos and stuff off of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Could not pick that up for some reason. Now onto the X deck. 1 Revive King Hades. He's really good. He negates the effects of any effect monster that is destroyed by a zombie. Pretty good. He has 2450. You have to use Plague Spreader to go into him. And then 2 Archfiend Zombie Skull. This guy, you can only get him out in this deck using the effect of Shiranui sword thingy, the tuner. Basically what he does is while he's on the field, all zombie type monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is really good. It goes for himself too because he is a zombie. However, sadly, if you want to go for him normally for the Synchro Summon, you have to use Plague Spreader plus 2 level 2 monsters, which is very stupid. Which is hilarious though. Sorry, 2 level 2 zombies. I played 2 Shiranui Samurai Saga. This guy, he's pretty good. He's the main synchro you're going to go into most of the time. Basically, while he's on the field, you can shuffle a zombie from your banish zone back into your deck to change all monsters your opponent controls to attack less than or equal to that monster's attack into defense. And if he is banished, you get to target one monster your opponent controls that loses 500 attack. It has a combo with the Shiranui level 8 that we'll get into later. That's pretty nice, but however, it's not really that great either. My only real gripe of him is that you can only summon him once per turn, which is pretty annoying. Not it. For the level 8s, I play 1 Stardust and 1 Stardust Spark. I like this little combo here because they can protect each other and stuff. Stardust I feel like is a bit underrated right now because he can just stop Cosmo Dark Destroyer and stuff and people get annoyed by him. Now for the Shiranui level 8 Shiranui Shogun Saga. Basically whenever he is special summoned, you can banish a zombie type monster in your graveyard. He gets that monster's attack power until the end of the turn, which really bothers me. I wish that was a permanent attack increase, okay? I mean, he starts off at 3,000, so if you banish Samurai Saga, he jumps up to what, 5,500, and then Samurai Saga will reduce a monster your opponent controls by 500. So he can get in a crap ton of damage, but you have to do it that turn. So he basically is an OTK machine, which is pretty nice. Now he has another effect which I can't remember. What was it again? Yeah, if he's destroyed by battle or card effects, you can target one of your banished zombie type monsters with 0 defense, return it to the graveyard. I've only ever used that effect once, that's why I couldn't remember it. Sorry guys. Like Samurai Saga, you can only summon this guy once per turn, which is very annoying. So yeah, he's still a really good monster though, just being able to go for an OTK. 1 Void Ogre Dragon, if you guys don't know what he does, basically, if you have no cards in your hand, and your opponent tries to activate a spell or trap card, you can negate it once per turn, which is pretty nice. He's basically a CN for Infernities and for other decks that can make him. And then 1 Beals. Beals is Beals, and some decks can't handle Beals, which is very nice. Like I know freaking Cosmos have a tough time getting over him unless they Book of Moon it with like, what's her name? Good Witch, and then like going to Dark Destroyer, but that's like their only way of getting over this thing. That or going into Infinity and taking it, but that's beside the point. So basically, if you guys don't know what Beal says, he cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and anytime you take effect damage or damage from battles involving him, he gets attack power equal to that damage that you took. That is really good. He just gets really beefy, very fast, and actually, if you summon this guy out while if you summon this guy out while your opponent has like Red Eyes Fire Metal and you activate a card effect, there is a stupid loop that will just burn you to death. Like, it is really stupid. I don't have the time to explain it right now, but if anybody's curious, I'll type it in the comments. And then 1 Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon. This is the fusion I was talking about earlier. Basically, this thing, he needs 2 zombies to go into. If he battles an opponent's monster, attacks an opponent's monster, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Its attack is dropped down to 0, and then you get a token after the damage step equal to that monster's original attack power. So basically, you attack him into like a BOS. BOS drops down to 0. You get a token with 3,000 attack, and then that token can attack. Really nice. I think he dies actually if you attack BOS, but that was a bad choice. But anyways, basically no matter what, if he battles an opponent's monster, attacks it, you basically get a token with that monster's attack power, and your opponent's monster drops down to 0, which is really nice. And then for the XCs, I play 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Castell, and 1 101. Just for general removal for these 2 and for burning. You don't really go into XCs very often, but you mainly want to go for your synchros. And anyway, so guys, that's the deck. Tell me what you guys think. If you have any recommendations or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And if you guys are curious about that little burn thing, I might as well explain it now. Basically, this guy, whenever you take effect damage, he activates to increase his attack by 500. If you summon him while your opponent has a Red Ice Flare, and then he activates something else, and then Red Ice Flare activates, burning you for 500, this guy will activate, increasing his attack by 500, and then that will burn you for another 500 due to Red Ice Flare, and then he will activate by... Basically, every time you take effect damage by Red Ice Flare, this guy will get 500 more attack, and then you'll take 500 more damage, and it just repeats, and there's no way to stop it unless you Phoenix Chain Red Ice Flare, or something like that. It happened to me while I was testing this deck, and it sucked. Like, I was like, what's going on? It really sucked. Like, oh my god, I wish I saved the replay. But anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment or suggestion, and see you guys later. Peace out.